Okay. Good evening. Can you hear me? Okay. This is 2026 model paper. Let's start from essay part. Now, essay part with easy and important. Right, this start. Okay. 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 The first question based on statistics, descriptive statistics. Uh, okay. Uh, I think this is a final week. No, next Wednesday you have exam. Therefore, this before your ET exam, this is the final class, right? Final SFT class. After, I hope to conduct another 3 sessions after ET exam finish, right? After you face to the ET exam, right? Before next Wednesday, that will be the final paper discussions. Then I hope to give some revise again basic things, statistics and chemistry basic things, revise again. I hope after tomorrow you start fully ET and BST exam, right? එතකොට fullyම ඒකට focus කරන නිසා අපි අද ටිකක් revise කරගන්න එක හොඳයි. Better to revise. Okay, a private limited bus company has planned to start a new bus service for long distance travel for 2026. The travel times of 200 randomly selected passengers from previous year were obtained, and using the travel times and the number of passengers, the following increasing cumulative frequency curve has been constructed. Yeah, this is a cumulative frequency curve, right? Cumulative frequency curve based on 2025, that's in last year. Their travel times listed and construct the cumulative frequency curve. Using the above graph, state the median travel time of passengers. Median travel time of passengers. Median එකයි අහන්න. Normally, how to get the median? Median mean the mid value of any distribution. The mid value of any distribution, the median equal. Make it board. Question number 1. Part A. Median equal n plus 1 over 2 n plus 1 over 2. Then n plus 1 mean 200 number of passengers. 200 plus 1, 201 divided by 2. What's the value? 100.5. 100.5 value, right? 100.5 value. 100.5 value. 100.5 value mean now you can go to the graph and you have to find 100.5. The problem is it is not clear. make a mama group picket the other thing. I have sent a clear image into the group. Now you have to find 100. 100.5 මෙන්න මෙතනින් ගන්න ඕන. Yeah, this is 20, 30, sorry, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 100.5, approximately this point. 100.5. මේ වගේ ගන්න ඕනේ. You have to draw a dash line, and approximately median okay, it is 60.5. 60.5. This one 70.5. Then the gap between two lines, it is 10, right? 60.5 to 70.5, and මෙතන small boxes also 10. Small boxes also 10. Then your answer should be 65.5 to 66.5, right? You have to get an answer between 65.5 to 65.5 to 66.5. Any answer, right? May මැද තියෙන any answer එකක්. Any answer between them. Right. හරි. Using the above curve, passenger, sorry, prepare a group frequency distribution table, including class limits, sorry, class intervals, interval mean limits, midpoints, and midpoint mean class mark, that you already know, class mark, and frequencies. Class mark and frequencies. Hari. Draw a table. Hari. It's easy. Then part 2, you had draw a table. Class intervals, class mark, and frequencies. In next question asking the mean, then I'm going to get Fi xi as well. Hari, එතකොට lazy. Then it is easy. Now the first one, class interval or class mark. Class marks. The next one, class mark. Sorry, first one, class limit, not class mark. Class limits or class interval, class limits. The second one, class mark, the midpoints, class mark. The third one is frequency, Fi. The final one, Fi xi, that means the sum multiplication of frequency and class mark, Fn xi. May api xi කියන, right? Right. Now you have to find the class marks, class intervals. The first class interval, මම මේක දාගන්නම් clearly, if not it's very complicated. It is 20.5. 20.5, 30.5, 40.5, 50.5. It's continue 10 by 10, right? 10 by 10. 20.5, 30.5, 40.5, 50.5, 60.5, 70.5, 80.5, 90.5, 100.5. Yes. Then they are class boundaries, no? May class boundaries. The x-axis. The x-axis is class boundaries. Okay. Then what are the class limits or class intervals? What are the class limits or class intervals? Yes, you have to prepare. Class limit, the first class limit 21 to 30. The next class interval 31 to 40. That's why we can prepare class boundary 20.5, 30.5. I got. The next one 41.50. Maybe there is a my right? They are class boundaries. You have to prepare class intervals. Say 21.30, 21.30, 31.40, 41.50, 51.60, 61.70, 71.80, 81.90, finally 91.100. Right? They are the class intervals. They are the class intervals. Class marks mean the midpoint of any class. The midpoint values. Midpoint values mean 30 and 20.20 at karam it is 50, 51. 51 divided by 2. 51 divided by 2 mean 25.5. This one 35.5. You can check. 45.5. 65.5. 75.5. Sorry, miss 55.5. 55.5, 65.5, 75.5, 85.5, 95.5. Okay, they are the class marks, the mid value of any classes. Then Fi, the frequency. What is the frequency of first class? What is the frequency of first class? Value the first class frequency, it is marked on upper boundary. No? Then this value required. Value accurately. It is 1, 2, 3. No? 3 mean one small box represent 2 because 10 box represent 20. Then it is 6. First take a 6. Very simple. 6. ඔය විදිහට හැම එකම select කරලා දාන්න. The next 20, 46, 20, 46, 46. Next හරියටම 50. Sorry, they are cumulative frequency, right? They are not frequencies. They are cumulative frequency. අපි මෙතන cumulative frequency add කරගමු. Cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. The next one is the frequency. It is the frequency. This is the frequency. Fi, you have to get another call. Actually, this cumulative frequency not compulsory. Cumulative frequency not compulsory. ඒක නිසා මෙහෙම දාමු. Let's write down cumulative frequency from other end. 6, 20, 46 මේ වහන්නේ 50. The next one 138. Sorry, 120 තියෙන ඊට කලින් 120, 138. The next one 180, final one 200. 180, 200. Now you can get frequencies. Frequency first one 6, that's correct. First frequency 6. Mea n is 6 plus 14, then this one 14. 14, second one, right? Making tama cumulative frequency hadin 6 plus 14, then it is 20. That's a cumulative frequency. Then it is 26, the difference 26. And 4, 70. May I 70. 18. 18. 18 plus 38, 42. 20 finally. Okay, they are the frequencies. If you want, you can check, you can add these frequencies. You can add these frequencies and check is it whether 120, sorry, 200 or not. If it is not 200, we are wrong. If it is 200, no problem, we are correct. Right? Hurry. Then first 20, 20 plus 26 plus 74 plus 18 plus 42 plus 20. No problem, 200. Then we are correct. Right? They are cumulative frequencies, less than cumulative frequencies, and they are the frequencies. Then we can get Fi(xi). This is a table, right? Fi(xi) may multiply Fi into xi. 25.5 into 6. 153. 35.5 into 3. Sorry, 35.5 into 14. 497. 45.5 into 26. It is 1183. 55.5 for 222. 65.5 into 70. 4,585. 75.5 into 18. 1,359. 85.5 into 42. 3,591. 95.5 into 20. 1,910. Is it not 80? Which one then? Is it 80? Sorry. Yeah. It's 80, but make it pay in 50 again. 80. Then we have to change again. It is 18. 80 mean it is 26. මේ ටික වෙනස් වෙනවා. 80 minus 46. 34. 82 it is 30. මේවා හරි. මේ දෙක විතරක් වෙනස් වෙනවා. 55.5 into 34. 1887. 65.5 into 30. 1965. Now okay then. Now correct, right? Okay, now you can get the FIXI summation. Dihini, can you send me FIXI sum? The sum of FIXI sigma. Amina. $13,100, no? 13,100. Okay, Fi sigma is 200. 200 it is given. You can count. You can add. Okay, finally, now this cumulative frequency is don't need. This is the part 2, right? This is a part 2. Now you can go to part 3. In the part 3, asking the mean x bar equals sigma I equal 1 to n Fi xi divide by n. Hmm. 13,100 divide by 200. 20 cancel. 65.5. 65.5. 65.5. Okay, part B, construct the decreasing cumulative frequency curve corresponding to part 2 in the given graph paper. Okay, the graph paper is provided. You have to prepare the decreasing cumulative frequency curve. This decreasing mean more than, right? Then in downward shape. Downward shape. Okay, how to get? Then you have to get more than cumulative frequency or decreasing cumulative frequency as well. Decreasing cumulative frequency as well. Hari. I'm going to erase this part. I'm going to get another table into column. Another column into table, sorry. Another column into table. Decreasing cumulative frequency. decreasing cumulative frequency. Hurry. If it is decreasing one, increasing cumulative frequency, again less than, right? Less than mean increasing, the graph increasing, right? Less than cumulative frequency curve. But decreasing cumulative frequency mean more than cumulative frequency starting from downward. You can start downward, it is 20. 20 plus 42, it is 62. 62. 62 plus 18. 62 plus 18. 80. 80 plus 30. 1 2 and 110. 110. 144. 144 plus 26. 170. We correct? It is not 30, no? It's 40 went on. My bad, my mistake. Should be 40. Then methana 20, 20 plus 4 to 62, 62 plus 18, 80, 80 plus 40, 120. 120. 120. 120 plus 32, 154. 154, 180. 194. 200 final. Okay, they are the decreasing cumulative frequency mean අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ආකාශ මෙහෙමනේ මේ increasing more than normal cumulative frequency එක ගන්න just adding, right? 6 plus 2 6 plus 14 20 20 plus 26 මේක add කරගෙන යනවා මෙහෙම like this. It is normal, more less than cumulative frequency, that means increasing cumulative frequency. If you got opposite word, decreasing cumulative frequency or more than cumulative frequency, adding from up down, starting from downward, adding method 20, 20 plus 42, 62, 62 plus 18, 80, 80 plus 40, 120, 120 plus 34, 154, like this. Okay, the next thing, you have to draw the cumulative frequency curve. You have to draw the decreasing cumulative frequency curve. Okay, this is less than cumulative frequency curve. Sorry, more than cumulative, decreasing cumulative frequency curve. Okay, it is same the cumulative frequency and class boundary cumulative frequency. You know, it is අර විදියට mark කරගන්න 20 40 60 80 100 120 140 160 up to 200, right? 200 in a more, right? 180 200 at this mark, and class boundaries same as class boundaries ටික copy කරගන්න තියෙන guys. Please copy the class boundaries as given. It is 20.5 30.5 40.5 50.5 60.5 70.5 up to 100.5. Okay, then you can get a drawing, and your drawing is like this. Starting from this point, this is the shape of the graph. This is less than cumulative more than cumulative frequency curve. හරි, මේක මාක් කරලා අඳින්න හරියටම graph paper එක. Okay. Okay, final part, B part, final part. Make the mark the time. Yeah, mark the travel time range corresponding to the middle 50% of data in this distribution on the graph drawn above, and state the range. Okay, actually middle 50% mean it is interquartile range. මේක කියන්නේ mark the travel time range corresponding to the middle 50% of data in this distribution. Right, now we have to mark the interquartile range. Hurry. First we can get 1/4 into the first quartile, right? First quartile. Make a product. It's change in the site. Need to be change in the site. If you want to get first quartile, you have to get 3/4. Actual third quartile you have to calculate if you want for first quartile. Right? First එක ඕනනම් third එක තමයි ගන්න වෙන්නේ. Because මෙතනනේ I will show you. Wait, I will show you. It is 201 n plus 1, 201. 201 into 3, 600, 603, no? 603 divided by 4. 150.75 is the first quartile. 150 point මෙන්න මේ හරියන්නේ 150 point 150.75. Think this is the first quartile. You have to get accurately by graph paper, right? Now you can get the Q3. Q3. This changing, the side changing only for decreasing cumulative frequency curves, right? Increasing cumulative frequency normal method, right? Make a change when decreasing cumulative frequencies only. Now you can use 1/4 201. Now 201/4. 201/4. 50.25. 50.25 around this level. Then you can get the third quartile by this value. I got this is the Q1. This is the Q3. Then you can get the interquartile range by subtracting Q3 minus Q1. I got Udan. Is it okay? That's a key point, right? For decreasing cumulative frequency, the method will be shifting, changing. Shift, right? For less than cumulative normal method, it is Q3 and Q1 you can get without any change, without any problem. Again, very important thing. A statement constructed using the travel time and number of passengers obtained by a technology students using another 100 passengers from above surveys as follows. A statement constructed using travel time and number of passengers obtained by a technology students using another 100 passengers from above survey as follows. Okay, technology student use another 100 passenger sample and got data. Then that was the data, right? That was a formula. Okay, when considering both these surveys as a single sample, calculate the mean travel time of the new sample to the nearest minute. Hari. Okay, to calculate new mean, first of all, you have to find out the sum of time traveled by these 100 people, right? Now it is given sigma. දැන් මෙතන දීලා තියෙනවා part C sigma I equal 1 to 100. I equal 1 to 100 meaning me starting from 1 up to 100, right? That means 100 data. 100 data. Xi minus 61. Xi minus 61. The meaning each data subtract 61. And sum equal 861. 861. Okay, I'm going to solve this expression sigma I equal 1 to 100 xi minus sigma මෙයාගෙන් multiply කරනවා right? Sigma I equal 1 to 100 61 equal 861, right? Now sigma I equal 1 to 100 xi this value, this is a constant, then it is 100 into 100 number of data multiplied by 61, it is minus 61 and 2 zeros equal 861, right? Then to isolate this part, sigma I equal 1 to 100 xi equal this 600 6100 get into right side, then 6100, then it is 6961. Are you clear? 6981 is the total of this extra additional 100 sample total, right? Now to get the new mean, අලුත් mean එක කොහොමද හදන්නේ? Very simple. Okay, may 100 peoples, it is 6961 plus what's the previous 200 summation? Previous 200 was 13,100, no? 13,100 divide by, now what is the total number of passengers? 300. This is the new mean. This is x bar. This is x bar. Making that x bar equal add and divide by 300. So then is it correct? Are they? $66.81 minutes. 66.81 minute is the new mean with additional 100 sample passengers. Akash 300 mean මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ මේ බලන්න a statement constructed using travel times and number of passengers obtained by a technology student using another 100 passengers. Our previous 200 is a one sample. The second sample is the 100 passengers. Right? When considering both these surveys mean a previous 200 sample and new 100 sample, right? As a single sample, calculate the mean travel time of the new sample of the nearest minutes. New sample mean 300, previous 200 and new 100. By solving this equation, I got min 100 ge total travel time. So then understood? Okay. The institution intends to deploy a new electric bus service for passengers with a travel time of more than 1 hour and 20 minutes, corresponding to data distribution 5A second part. In doing so, buses can be imported in 3 models with capacity 34, 42 and 54 seats. Right. Determine with reasons which bus model should be imported for passengers with travel time more than 1 hour and 20 minutes. Hari. More than 1 hour and 20 minutes mean how many minutes? 1 hour means 60 plus 20 mean 80 minutes, no? 80 minutes. 80 minutes. Now you have to go again. May ek gana hanne first sample again you have to go to the cumulative frequency curve. හරි දැන් ඔයාලා ගන්න ඕනේ time travel 80 time travel 80 වලින් ගන්න ඕනේ time travel 80 yeah 70.5 80.5 approximate this level, no? Approximate this level approximate this level මෙන්න මේ හරි this level approximate 148 like this 8 or 6 146 again. Then more than this level, how many passengers? 54 passengers. Hariyatam. Then which type buses need to be more than? It is if it is less than 80, less than 80 minutes. It is 146 passengers. More than 80, it is 54 because total 200. Then 54 is the answer. 54 seat buses need to be imported. 54 seat buses need to be imported. 54 is the answer. If the ticket fare for that bus service from town A to B is 1,500, calculate income of the bus for one trip. එතකොට how many passengers? 54 passengers. 1,500 is the fare. Yeah, then you can get the value. Rupees. What's the income? What? 81,000. 81,000 is the income. Okay, very simple. Very simple. Go to the next one. Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, I told many things. Again, I have to read now. Hari. Understand? It's a very good, very, very good question. A plot of land has been selected to construct an overhead water tank and an underground water sump for storing water for university hostels water supply. The ground proposed for the construction of the underground water tank is non-uniform, taking the form of deep of pit with an irregular rectangular shapes approximately 7 into 8 meter. The underground water tank need to be constructed using this irregular area. To prepare the estimate, measurements reading the volume of soil are removed. Okay, this is the initial ground level, right? This is the initial ground level, and this is a irregular pit, and this is again initial ground level. And ET and BST, you all doing auto level, right? It's a auto level, and this is a measuring dot, no, measuring stuff. Then we can get measurements. Normal, the ground level to measurement height is measuring instrument height 1.5, so 1.4. 1.4. Maybe a technology student uses leveling instruments to measure the depth of the pit by placing the stuff at grid intersection points along the length and width of pit at 1 meter 1 meter intervals. 1 meter 1 meter intervals mean each points the gap 1 meter, mehet 1 meter, right? 1 meter each, 1 meter 1 meter squares, right? And these values are depth කියන්නේ මේ height actually. Then up to this level it is 1.4. Then it is given a 1 point depth, 1.8. 1.8. Then what is the depth of this pit up to A1 level? It is 40 centimeters or 0.4. මෙතන ඒ කියන්නේ මෙයා 0.8 ලු. මෙයා 0.8 meter. Up to this level 0.4. Then this part is 0.4. I got not 0.1.1. 1.8. 1.8. Then this part is only 0.4. අන්න එහෙම තමයි හදාගන්න වෙන්නේ. හරි. ඒ විදිහට 1 meter by 1 meter they got lot of data, right? Depth measurements. Using the above table, calculate and show separately the mean level of the axis AA, BB, CC, DD, EE. Then the mean level of AA is the mean level of A1, A2, A3 and A4 and A5. It is very simple question. You have to get you have to add all these A line measurements 1.8. මේක ඔයාලා කරගෙන යන්න 1.8, 1.72, 1.79, 1.71, 1.76, 1.76. Add all values, add all levels and divide by 5. Then you can get the mean value of AA. Can you send me all mean values if anyone calculated? simple. Hari, just calculate, right? How to get the B mean A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus, sorry, B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 divide by 5. Then you can get the mean. Hari, ඒ විදිහට කරගෙන යන්න තියෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම හොයන්න තියෙන, right? AA mean A part, A line mean, B line mean, C line mean, and D line mean, and E line average value. Considering the height of the instrument as 1.4 meter, use the above mean level to separately determine the mean depth of the axis. Hari, mean depth of the axis. Hari, මම එකක් හදලා පෙන්නන්න. Think get the A එකේ depth එක හදමු අපි. This is the 1.8 plus 1.72 plus 1.79 plus 1.71 plus 1.76. Okay, it is 8.78 divided by 5. It is 1 point. The mean equal, මෙයාගේ mean එක AA equal 1.756. 1.756 meters, right? Then the average, what is the average depth එක? AA depth එක, you have to calculate all. It is 1.756 minus 1.756 minus 1.756 minus instrument height 1.4. Then it is 0.356 meters. Okay, ඔය වගේ හැම එකම හොයන්න ඕන. I'm not going to calculate all. It is very, very simple questions. Okay, copy the above cross section along the x axis for AA, BB, CC, DD, EE and mark the depths. Hari, මෙතන depths mark කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. මෙයා 0.356 මේවා mark කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. Right? Depth. Right. Now calculate the cross-sectional area of the cross-section using the cross-sectional diagram drawn by you. Okay, by this cross-sectional diagram, you can calculate each gap is 1 meter, no? Each gap is 1 meter. May ඔක්කොම 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. Now this is a right angle triangle, no? May a trapezium, right? It's a trapezium. That one also trapezium. That one also trapezium. That one also trapezium. Finally, again triangle. Very simple. You can get the 1 by 1 area, no? Hari, ඒක හදන්න මම answers ටික දාන්න. I'll send the answers. They are very simple questions. Okay, therefore calculate the volume of the pit. Considering the width 6 meter from the axis 1 to 5, assuming average width of the pit is 6 meter. Yeah, the width Yeah, you have to using above data calculate the volume. Volume, how to calculate volume? This cross section area multiplied by width. Width එක දීලා තියෙන 6 meters. 6 meters, right? හරි. ඒ ටික හදන්න පුළුවන්. Let's go into next one. Let's go into chemistry. This previous question very simple. I will send you answers. හරි. chemistry එකට යන්න. Okay, the concept of green economy is becoming important today as a solution to climate change and as a response to energy crisis faced by many countries. Attention has been drawn to biodiesel production, since the raw material used for biodiesel production are liquid lipids, that mean triglyceride, which are non-renewable chemical compounds. The process is undergoing development. Triglyceride and methanol, it is produced glycerol and biodiesel. Right? 3 details included in MSDS regarding the substance used for the chemical production. Okay, right? 3 details, not only 3 details in the industry chemistry lesson. I told all, I have show sodium hydroxide MSDS sheet and all details of MSDS. Okay, what are the details? මොනවද තිබ්බේ? Okay, safety precautions and storage conditions, transport conditions, first aid instructions. First aid instructions. The details about dealer or chemical supplier, all details, contact details, the production place, address, and all details. හැමදේම තියෙන MSDS එකේ. What is the reaction name of the reaction shown above related to biodiesel? What is the reaction name? It is transesterification. Reaction name transesterification. Why should the moisture percentage in the raw material used for the transesterification can be low? Oh, it is a mistake. Sorry. Wait, let me check over. I think it is printing mistake. Not moisture percentage. Wait. Okay, it should be free fatty acid, not moisture. Mistake. It should be, why should free fatty acid FFA free fatty acid percentage in the raw material used for trans esterification should be low. Why? To reduce soap production. To reduce soap production. To reduce soap production. To reduce soap production. Which measure is taken to reduce, again not moisture, FAA, free fatty acid percentage in the reacts of trans esterification. Which measure is taken to reduce yeah, which measure we can use to make free fatty acid? It is acid number, acid number, acid number. Acid number means the amount of potassium hydroxide required. That means the amount of base required to neutralize acid, free fatty acid in a sample of oil. State 3 suggestions that can be applied to reduce raw material usage, which is main aspect of green concept of biodiesel production. Yeah, state 3 suggestions that can be applied to reduce raw material usage. Okay, what we can use? How we can reduce raw material use in biodiesel production? Okay, the first thing we can we need 3 suggestions. Yeah, the first thing we can use triglyceride with very low very low free fatty acid. Then we can increase the efficiency, reduce raw material usage. If not, some part of raw material, some part of triglyceride use for soap production as well. Okay, that's the one suggestion. Other thing, we can use methanol, methanol actually remain methanol in end of this production process, remain methanol, separate and use again we can use granola in the tube I gave you, right? This methanol separate and we can use again. It's a reuse, but then we can reduce the raw material usage, no? Wastage adu karaganna puluwan. Thawa එකක් ඕනේ. What else? What else? We can use waste oil in different industries. Waste oil in different industries as raw material, as triglyceride. As triglyceride. That one also okay. Again, hotels and other any field waste oil we can use for biodiesel production, then minimize raw material usage. Biodiesel is used as a biofuel. Ethanol is also used as a fuel. In addition to chemical synthesis, ethanol is produced by biochemical synthesis methods. Below are the reactions occurring in the biochemical synthesis of ethanol. Yes. Yeah, this is a C2H5OH is the ethanol, right? Name two biocatalysts used to biochemical synthesis. Okay, name two biocatalysts. Actually, this first part has a mistake. It's not biocatalyst when bike. Name the molecules used for biochemical synthesis of ethanol. Biological synthesis of ethanol. What is the specialized environment required during the growth of mole species? The species is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. That means yeast. Yeast are the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. What is the special environment requirement? The special environment requirement is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae prefer to live in anaerobic conditions. Anaerobic conditions. They are facultative anaerobic, but they are more prefer to live in anaerobic conditions. Right? Two differences between biochemical synthesis and chemical synthesis in ethanol production. Two differences. So many differences. In biochemical production, no energy required because microorganism already produce their required energy. No energy requirement. No energy requirement. But chemical synthesis energy requirement, right? In biochemical synthesis, waste generation very low. But chemical synthesis, waste generation is greater. Biochemical synthesis, environmental effect very low. But chemical synthesis, it's large environmental effect. On over Leand. Mention two non-fuel uses of methanol as a solvent and as a raw material for other products. Mention two non-fuel uses of ethanol as a solvent and ethanol usage as solvent and as raw material for other products. Yeah, as solvent එකක් විදියට use වෙනවා. In extractions, no? In extractions, that mean natural product extractions, ethanol is solvent. Raw material for beverage production. Beverage production mean and vinegar production එකේ raw material එකක් and beverage productions mean different alcoholic beverage alcohol. Secondary metabolites involved in the different mechanisms of many biological systems are specific organic compounds. They exist only within limited organisms groups, and most secondary metabolites help perform specific function unique to particular organism. Good. Name 3 classes of primary metabolites produced within living cells. Okay, primary metabolites: protein, starch, cellulose, that means carbohydrate, lipids, nucleic acid, they are the primary metabolites. Name the class of secondary metabolites that helps prevent damage caused by oxidation within living cells, phenols and polyphenols. Remember, oxidation, that means antioxidants. Antioxidants, they are phenols and polyphenols. How is a suitable solvent selected in solvent extraction, which is one method of separating secondary metabolites from natural sources? Okay, how is a suitable solvent selected? The suitable solvent selected according to the how? According to the polarity. Polarity is the answer. According to the polarity. If it is polar compound, you have to select polar solvent. Polarity. If it is non-polar solvent, you have to select non-polar solvent. Explain given reasons why. Explain given reasons why ethanol alcohol can be used instead of water to dissolve alkaloid, which are secondary metabolites, contain nitrogen in addition to carbon and hydrogen. Why ethanol alcohol can be used to instead of water? Yeah, why we use ethanol alcohol instead of water? Can you tell me why? Ethanol has a specific character. Okay, why we use ethanol instead of water? Yeah. Normally, ethanol is medium polar solvent, but water is polar solvent, right? Water is polar solvent. Ethanol is a medium polar solvent. Medium polar solvent, right? If you dissolve in water, medium polar compounds are not dissolving. Then to collect all medium polar compounds in alkaloids. In alkaloids, medium polar solvent to separate and dissolve medium polar compounds, we have to use ethanol, because ethanol medium polar solvent, it's අපි polar කියලාත් ගන්නවා, but actually it is medium polar, but therefore we can dissolve and collect and separate medium polar compounds also in alkaloids. You know, alkaloids dissolve in the water වල? No. Alkaloids not water dissolved. Only nicotine partially dissolved. Other alkaloids not dissolved, right? Not soluble in water. Ethanol soluble, but not completely. It is medium polar solvent. The thing is, the polarity is the reason. 50% of this essay part is completed. Okay. Okay, today is a final day we did before your first exam. Next Wednesday your exam, no? Next Wednesday mean you have only 7 days. 7 days. Again, we're not going to get time. You have to ready for your first exam, ET or BST, and after you finish ET exam, again we can continue classes what is the ET final day? ET final day. Kavadad. Akash. 14. Now final day 12 and 14. Okay, let's do 15, 16, 17, 18. We can discuss more papers, more questions. Okay, then I'll give you today. I'll send you few marking schemes. This paper marking schemes as well. තව මේ past paper marking schemes, right? English medium marking schemes. Then you can then අපි තව දවසක් ගත්තත් අවුලක් නැහැ SFT වලට. Yeah, you can get one more day. Today 4th, no? Okay, tomorrow also you can get for SFT, then you can start working for your first subject. Okay, then today I will send few marking schemes. 2025 marking scheme, 2024 and 2018. I think I have more than 6 marking schemes. Okay, then you can start working. The thing is, don't try to go through notes again. Oh, ඒක ටික තමයි ආකාශ කිව්වේ. ඒක ටික දාන්න. Don't try to go through notes and theory again. Get questions and find answers. That's the way, right? questions ගන්න answers හොයන්න. දන්න ඒවා okay, දන්නේ නැති ඒවා හොයන්න. Right? This is the way. Okay, then let's start again after your ET exam finish. හරිද? මම all papers ටික දාන්නම් අද. Then you can work it. Okay, then goodbye. Let's meet after ET finish. Okay, goodbye.